Once upon a time, there was a child who had ADHD and autism, and did not know that he had autism, was diagnosed with ADHD quite early on. This child was poked and prodded at by bullies and various social challenges for about 12 to 14 years, and throughout this he was pumped full of pills designed to regulate his behaviour without him really having a say in it. And in fact, the significant emotional onus was placed upon this child for not complying with these desires from his guardians. And throughout those years, his heart started to break, and he tried to continue to have faith in people, to believe in the people around him, in the system that was meant to govern and help him. But over time he started to see the cracks, and then eventually he fell into one entirely. He cried out for help, and repeatedly people tried to pull him out of it, but for some reason we just weren't able to quite pull this child back over the edge and onto stable ground. And this child continued to suffer right until his mid-20s, when parents realised that maybe something wasn't right, and he met a few people with autism, and then the discussion was had that maybe something was going on. And unfortunately, the discussion initially was incredibly negative. The discussion was, maybe you don't have that, and that would be a waste of money and time and effort if that was the case. If you don't have this, then it's a waste. This then moved on for this child to being a young man who was still treated like a child, and was still, and throughout all of this as well, was exposed to several different mental health medications that ended up being wildly unsuitable to my treatment, or to this child's treatment, should I say. I'm telling the story in the third person. I'm slipping here. It's hard. But then it gets to this point where this child has been diagnosed, and I've had two jobs in between here, and I've lost them and not understood what's going on, and no one wants to talk to me about anything. I just don't understand anything. I've tried my best to understand. I've really tried. No one wants to tell me anything, so how am I supposed to learn? Because everyone's so embarrassed and ashamed to discuss the facts of the situation. And it's the worst sabotage for someone like this individual, who happens to be me. So I've had all this stuff happen, and it started with the bullying, because I didn't do anything about it, because I didn't change the environment, because we didn't take it seriously. I didn't have any social skills, which made it hard for me to get a job, and harder to hold things down, and harder to maintain my life. So that has led to the destruction of the relationship with everybody around me, including my parents. So this started with the bullying. Because I didn't deal with it, it's destroyed my entire life. It has, as a matter of fact. And because we were so obsessed with controlling Harry's behaviour, this child's behaviour, and not asking if this is the right medication, and making sure, absolutely certain, because we didn't ask that question until it was way too late. I don't have any teeth. I've lost all these teeth. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the medication. So they put me on amphetamines, on methamphetamine. Well, it tends to make people's teeth fall out when people abuse methamphetamine, so 20 years of exposure might equal to a short burst of heavy use there. Like, I'm wondering if something's going on there, and no one's asking questions, and no one's doing anything about it. I'm trying to poke the system to help me, but no one seems to be very enthusiastic about it. In fact, I've had the Health Commission try to fold in on me and cancel that my Hadsco complaints. I'm like, no, there's an exemption here for when your health is so bad that it impacts your ability to report because your mental state's no good, or you have mental health issues, or this or that, because it's not fair. There's an exception there, so I should be allowed to still submit complaints. So I'm hoping that they help me, because it's not right if they don't. Like, they haven't. I find it very odd that they deal with Hadsco and they haven't considered what's going on. That's where I'm heading. Is I've had all these problems from about around the same time I was diagnosed with autism, with my mouth and with my teeth. Around the same time this started up. I've already been cranky for a few years before that. I've been a little bit cranky and miserable. Couldn't figure out quite what was going on, you know, and I guess there just wasn't much pain yet. But something was going on here. I had problems with congestion, I had problems with my tonsils, I had problems with... Something would indicate that there was an infection here somewhere. There was some general indication of it, like a general sort of indication. And no one seemed to be very keen about it. No one seemed to care. My father thought I was making shit up, hypochondriac type stuff. No, I didn't have to have my tonsils out. I've had to have my sinuses like cauterized. I've had most of my teeth out, and then suddenly everything gets better. After all that's done, that's when things get better. And no one wants to admit that something was wrong and that something should have been done sooner. And I've been suffering for 10 years. I've lost my job. I can't have a job. Can't work like this. I'd love to. I really want to work. I want 20 hours a week doing something. I mean, I'm a technical guy. I can do tech stuff. I'm good with it. I just want a job. Like, that'd be nice. That would make my life a lot easier, a lot happier. And then maybe maybe I wouldn't be so care so much about accountability. But hey, if we don't want to engage in a basic social contract for Harry McLean, then I don't give a fuck anymore, and I'm going to start going after people, because it's not fair. Because I'm in this situation because of what they did. So for me, it's, if I can't get what I want out of the social contract I'm meant to have society, which is, if I didn't even work, then I'm meant to be able to get at least 20 hours a week or something, right? Because I'm on disability and I'm trying to make ends meet here, and I'm really at my limit. Like, in 6 months' time, I won't be able to afford to live in this house anymore. I'm going to have to go live in a ditch somewhere, go live in my car. That's where I'm heading very soon. So I don't know what else to do, because like that's where I'm headed. Like, it's not going to be able to afford to live in this house and have anything. Like all stuff, I'm going to have to sell everything I own, and I'm going to lose everything in the next 6 months unless someone intervenes very, very soon and helps me. I am in dire straits. I can see it coming. Like, and people don't take me seriously and they don't understand. But I've seen a lot of this stuff coming for a long time, and no one listened to me, and that's why my teeth have all gone. Because we could have had, and that's why I've been in pain for 10 years. That's what really pisses me off, is the pain more than anything. The fact that it destroyed my mind, it destroyed my ability to work, it's destroyed my social relationships. That's not fair. I don't deserve this. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I didn't even as soon as there was any sign of problems or anything like that, I can remember from about 18 onwards, and even when I was a kid, trying to get better at brushing my teeth and stuff, I was just never very good at it, and then I got better and better at it, and as I got towards being an adult, I actually did it, somewhat, and not having that much pain on stuff, and generally, it was maybe one I lost to a bad root canal in my late teens, and that was it. Everything else seemed fine. And then suddenly, when I get to my mid-20s, I'm in incredible amount of pain, and I can't function, I'm cranky all the time, and nobody wants to do anything about it. Everyone thinks it's my fault. And it's like, I've done everything that people asked me to do for 20, 30 fucking years, and I don't know what's gone wrong. I've really tried, and I feel like there needs to be some accountability had. I've gone to all these different dentists for help, they haven't been able to help me. I've gone to all these different pain clinics, they haven't been able to help me. I went to the health department, they want to fob me off. The WA health department, they want to give me a voucher, and they're like, oh, whereas it's in the private system, we can't really help you with that, right? Then I go, and people say that's on scope for them. It's just like, yeah, but if they have information, they can do something about it. It's still something's gone wrong, right? It seems a little bit more serious, and maybe they should be intervening. I don't think they're understanding the impact this has had on me personally. It's screwed up my entire life, and nobody cares. My parents don't care. My family's abandoned me, essentially. My friends are all sick of it. I'm just annoying because of it. It just sucks. It's just made me an annoying, awful person, and I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be like this, but I just am. because of the pain that I've been in. I'm like this, and that sucks, and it's not fair. I deserve to be alive than this, and yet this is what I have to deal with. And people don't want to admit. They just want to equate it with a personal failing and act like it's my fault. And nobody wants to help me. And if there's anything that I do or say that's even slightly wrong, it gets held against me and used to as some sort of technical reason why people shouldn't help me. Even my crazy ass fucking parents do this shit. Like, they're fucking insane. Like, that's how narcissistic you have to be to screw up someone's life based on your own fucking narcissistic feelings of defense. That's crazy. It's the thing. Like, my life is completely fucked. Right. Not only that, on the side, I'm trying to have a social life. I'm trying to integrate with the Perth Ferries because I'm autistic and ADHD, and generally it's like one of the big autistic sort of social groups in Perth. And they discriminate against me. I filed a human rights complaint with the Human Rights Commission. I haven't heard anything back from them. I don't think I'm going to. I don't think anybody gives a fuck about what's happened to me. I had my rights violated. I have evidence. I have screenshots. I have everything. And yet, for some reason, no accountability for Harry. I am very suspicious right now. I feel like my life isn't real. I'm starting to feel like I'm living in the fucking Truman Show or something. Is this a giant experiment? Is this a game, a joke? Is my life real? Or are you all watching out there fucking laughing? Because I don't know what to fucking do anymore. I really don't.